Hello, my beautiful people. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Depends where you are in the world. It's evening here, nice warm evening. I like warm weather. I'm quite enjoying it. Sweating a bit, yes, because if I have the air conditioning on, then you can't hear me because there's more noise. And this road noise, obviously, I'm not sure if you're getting used to it, but I am actually, because in my videos, there's always some background noise, and I'm not editing my videos. They're coming as they get recorded, they come to you. So anyway, but I'm sure you can hear me well, and that's the whole point. In today's video, instead of going into bringing instead of trying to give you the background of the things and making this video lengthy, I will just keep it short and come to the point, boom, right? And coming to the point is, have you ever noticed when in today's life, it used to happen all the time, must be happening like for years and years and years, but now it's happening more. Like sister is not so talking to sister, or sister is not talking to brother, or brother is not talking to brother. It's like family members it's so easy to, turn your back on your relations for whatever reason. Somebody said something, it triggered you, and then you don't want to go back and talk to them. You don't even want to clear the things. The thing is, and some people are actually, I feel like they're looking for an excuse. They really want you to give them an excuse, or even if you don't give them an excuse, they can find their own excuse for rejecting you, for not talking to you, for breaking the ties and the contact with you. So please try to understand that this is not a normal behavior, right? We are all humans, social animals, and we're not meant to be doing what we're doing. And it's an extreme selfishness. I'm not saying there won't be any genuine cases where somebody did something drastically bad, and obviously you can't keep in touch with that person, but still you don't have to hate them. You still don't have to despise that person, want bad for them, or hurt them, or take a revenge. No, move on. Best revenge is move on in your life and just let the person get on with their life. Don't wish any bad, don't do any bad. Don't waste your time and energy, and don't really get involved with that, because you'll be building your karma if you do anything to them, and they will come back at you back. Why would you do that? So let them deal with their karma, and let them deal with whatever they do. What goes around comes around. So if they're sending it out, they will get it back from somewhere else. Never mind. So close relations, especially, I know it can take a toll on people's mental and physical health. Because if somebody's sister is not talking, or brother is not talking, and if somebody's children are not talking, their parents, or if, in the same house, husband, wife, the husband is, in some societies, the wife is there. They are still husband, wife for the society, but they're not really, in contact with each other in any way, shape, or form. They're not living a literally married life, no. And even if they are, it's just like, okay, well, you mind your business, I mind my own business. And sometimes men actually want to mind women to mind their own business, but they always keep poking their nose into women's business. But it depends where you are and what society you're in. So I can't generalize it. In some societies, women cannot allow this to happen. There's more independence and there's more confidence. In some societies, unfortunately, women are the prey of this behavior, and this happens quite often, that men, if they're not happy, men's happiness is women's happiness, and this is not how it works. Yes, it is true that even if one person in the house is miserable or not happy or in a bad mood, it affects the whole household. Women, children, the wife and the children, anybody else, even the people who work in the house. But that doesn't mean that religiously you make it your happiness, the reason of your happiness. And in some societies, this is how it is. So I want to address to those people who think that they are the victims of this behavior. They feel rejected. Let me tell you one thing, you're not rejected. If your sister is not talking to you, your brother is not talking to you, any relation, your uncle, aunt, anybody, unless you've done something really bad. So if you've done something bad, please go back to them, clear their and apologize. It doesn't make you any small, it makes you big actually as a human. When you apologize and you first rectify your mistake, and then you try to undo it and go and say, you're sorry for this, and try to genuinely from a pure and loving heart, go and apologize to that person and try not to do it again. But if you can't find a reason, you don't know why it's happening. I mean, it happened to me so many times. And I don't want to say which relation, who did it, whatever. Even some people I knew, some people who were related to me, I don't leave people. I don't walk out on people, I don't turn my back on people. I don't do that religiously, that's it. People can think like I'm stupid, people can think like maybe I have no ego. I have self-esteem, but I don't have ego. I don't like ego. Ego is your enemy, right? It's a sickness. Anyway, so I don't leave people. But if I see that somebody's turning their back on me, or if somebody's walking away from me, or if somebody doesn't want to, I still try to find out what happened. But to be honest with you, sometimes there's no reason. No reason. And it must be happening with you too. So what I will say to you is, when you know you have not done anything wrong, and when you know that you can't see any visible, any obvious reason for that behavior, and you still, as a courtesy, out of your love, you still ask them if there's anything that has upset them, anything that they didn't like about you or your behavior or anything you said, and you want to clear the air if there is anything, because obviously conversation can be helpful. But if they refuse to do that, just totally dropped off, then don't think like you've been rejected. That's the time to understand the other person is going through a mental sickness. It's a mental sickness. I feel sorry for those people. I think like they have absolutely no other way of getting their frustration, mental, emotional, any kind of frustration out, but to behave like this. And I feel sorry for them. I hope they get cured. But why would I feel rejected? Who are they to reject me? Same goes with you. Why would you feel rejected? Don't let it affect you. No. Because you go after somebody who also comes after you. Balance. If somebody walks away from you, you still go after them to find out why. If you don't get an answer, or if they say, well, this is what they want to do, or they don't say nothing, done, finish. Don't say anything. And don't go into this self-pity. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Don't have this feeling of rejection. Oh, they rejected me, or sometimes people think like, yesterday I was talking to somebody and they said their whole family is not talking to them. They're all on one side, and this one lady is on one side, and she's like, I'm feeling left out and left alone. And I was like, that's fine. Maybe God wants you to find your power. Whenever we are in solitude, whenever we are left alone, whenever people walk away from us, whenever people in worldly words reject us or leave us alone, that's a blessed time, guys. That's the time when you learn the most. You find your power, you get back to your power, you find yourself in that time. So, loneliness, what people call loneliness, you're never alone anyway. You are with yourself. But anyway, if you feel like loneliness is a blessing. It can give you a chance to meet with yourself, to find your power that sometimes you ignore when you're surrounded by people. So take it as a blessing and make the most of it. People are not your strength. You are your strength. God is your strength, if you believe in God. People, if they're there, it's good. I'm not saying be allergic to people, it's nice. Whoever wants to join you in your life, welcome them. And whoever wants to depart, say goodbye to them. Don't feel sorry for yourself. And remember, whenever you're alone, try to find yourself instead of sitting on this feeling of, oh my God, I'm alone, nobody wants to talk to me, poor me. No, you're not poor, you're rich, and you're getting richer and richer and richer, because that gold pot that you're sitting on yourself, that will start showing up. Because then you're in solitude, you're spending more time with yourself. And make the most of it. I'm not saying live like that. People will come to you. If not that person, somebody else. If not that person, somebody else. This is life, guys. Come on. You just have to be yourself. Feel complete in yourself. And any time when somebody walks away from you, turns their back on you, they don't want to have anything to do with you, don't feel sorry for yourself. If you really want to feel sorry for them. Because they are the ones who are nuts here, who are having some problem here. It's not normal, is it? We're all social animals. We're meant to be interacting with each other. But out of hatred, out of jealousy, out of resentments. So what are these all three words? There are so many more. Out of anger, out of whatever triggered their madness. They're all diseases, negativity. So if somebody is triggered by their own negativity, you can only pray for that person. That's all. You don't have to feel sorry for yourself. And you don't have to feel sorry even for that person. Just pray for them. Seriously. That God please help them. Nature, life, universe, whoever, whatever you believe in, ask them to help this person. Because that person is not normal. It's not normal. For every little thing, it's the sign of insecurity, frustration. When people get angry on every little thing, when people walk away on every little thing, when people, it's like they're looking for excuses to literally just kick you out of their lives. If they kick you out of their life, and you think like, oh, they're kicking you out of their life because they nobody kick you or kick anybody out of their life. They're actually depriving themselves from the blessing of having somebody who is feeling for them, who wants to be around. And they will realize, don't worry, they will. My guarantee, they will realize. Give it some time. And you will also realize that if you spend this time in solitude, instead of feeling sorry and going in that depression, if you woke up and say, hey, I'm here with myself. I want to know who I am. Spend time with yourself. Write, read. Watch the things you want to watch. Do the things you want to do. You'll find yourself. You'll be friends with yourself. You make the most of that time. You have literally found yourself. That person, they will realize after a few years, few months, few weeks or whatever, depends how sick they are. So after some time when they realize, not necessarily you have to take them back in your life, no. Ideally, never. Why? Not out of hatred, no. It's just because you are responsible to protect yourself. It's your responsibility. Don't keep doing this. Maybe a second chance, maybe if you want to do that, if you're crazy like me, yes, give another chance, but don't make it a habit. Don't let people walk over you, because it's not their right. Don't walk over anybody, and don't let anybody walk over you, because it's not their prerogative at all. Be a good and kind person. Don't try to be a nice person. That will kill you. They will push you in the corner, and they will not even realize that what they've done to you. They will not even recognize the fact that you were trying to be nice. They will think you're weak. You've got no backbone. So don't let it come to that. Anyway, coming back to this point, 14 minutes, not much. Anyway, so coming back to the same point. Guys, whoever goes away, let them go. Get over this insecurity and fear that you're going to be left alone. No. Or you're poor me. No. Or what I'm going to do, they were my strength. No, you are your strength. You are your best friend. You should be there for yourself. If you're not your strength, if you're not your best friend, if you're not there for yourself, then nobody else can do that job. Trust me. You can gather the whole world around you and feel this artificial security. But the reassurance, the security, the happiness you get from inside, within yourself, from yourself, that is only when you believe in yourself. Nothing is like that. People are important, but nobody is more important than you, for you. So always put yourself first when it comes to friendliness, love, happiness, always. And whenever you spend time alone, without the crowd around you, take it as a blessing. Make the most out of it. Learn. Meet yourself. Talk to yourself. You're not crazy if you're talking to yourself. No. It's wonderful. I used to talk to my cats. I even talk to myself. I do. And I don't think it's crazy. And if somebody thinks it's crazy, that's their problem, isn't it? I don't make other people's problems my problem. And I don't think there's any problem until you make it a problem. No, there's no problem. So, be confident and don't cry after the ones who didn't care. Don't even expect them to care. When you expect, that's the time when you get most hurt. So why would you expect from people? They're as weak as you are, and they're as strong as you are. They have what you have, and you have what they have. The only thing is, have they found it? The inner strength, the real human inside them? Maybe not. The question comes back to you. Have you found it? Maybe not. Maybe yes. If you have not found it, start now. Because this will help you. Closest relation is close when the both parties are feeling close. If one pulls away, the other one is not to chase out. The other one is to pray for them, maybe, love them, keep loving them, it's fine. I know when somebody does something that you don't like, then the first thing that gets triggered inside most of us is we start hating that person. I don't, but I'm saying, like, as a human being, most of the human beings start hating that person. Start wanting bad for them. Start cursing them and feeling sorry for yourself. Now both sides are, what you're doing, whatever you're setting out is negative, it's also hitting you back. You don't know that. And whatever you're feeling for yourself, like self-pity, loneliness, poor me, and all that stuff, that is also negative. So that's again affecting you emotionally, mentally, physically. Come out of it. Don't do it, please. You're not being fair to yourself. The fairness is let it flow as it flows. Life is like a beautiful river. Okay, you don't tell it its direction. You just go with the flow because you are in this world. The world, your world is inside you, and the outside world is flowing as it's flowing. You're not here to change anything. If you want to make some positive contribution, that would be wonderful. But other than that, don't try to change the world. Don't try to change everybody according to your needs, wants, and whatever. Let people do what they want to do. And don't let yourself get affected and be a victim of everything. Sometimes we just decide to be a victim, which is seriously unbelievable. I don't understand why. Well, that person is doing something. Why would you feel sorry for yourself? Anyway, well, I don't want to prolong this video. So the final message is, when your relations, sisters, brothers, uncles, aunts, whoever is not talking to you, not being fair to you, walking away from you, they've gone quiet for some reason, they're ignoring you, giving you silent treatment or whatever, for whatever reason, don't sulk on that, please. And don't think like, oh God, this person rejected me, or I'm being left alone, and don't go in this self-pity. Find your own strength in that time. Spend time with yourself. Take it as a blessing. Take it as an opportunity to find yourself. And if you get some time, pray that for that person. Keep loving them, keep praying for them, but don't go after them. And if you want to give them a second chance, if they want to come back whenever, they come back into their senses, they get cured, and if they come back to you, if you want to give them a second chance in your life, fine. You can set boundaries. But if you don't want to do that, again, it's fine. It's your life, it's your property. If you don't want somebody in your life, you don't want them in your life. And same goes with them. So if they don't want you there, don't even try to find out why. If you did something wrong, you will know that. Apologize. But don't feel sorry for yourself. Right? Okay guys, it's 21 minutes and 14 seconds and I'm sweating. But I like it. I like hot weather. Anyway, you take care of yourself wherever you are in the world. Look after each other, look after yourself. First look after yourself, then look after other people, right? When you look after yourself, then you're able to look after other people. And have a great evening, morning, day, wherever you are. And I will speak to you in the next video soon. Keep smiling, because life is